Okay. So, carefully. There we go. Oh, hello. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to my weekly Friday YouTube live stream featuring... Well, I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to see. So, it's time walking right now, and sometimes we do time walkings on Fridays. I'm considering it. But I'm also a little bit in danger of falling asleep, and occasionally time walking requires me to actually do mechanics. So, depending on whether or not I need anything, because the reason we've been even doing time walking lately is that I wanted the toys and stuff, and I think I have most of them. Don't I? Do I not? I don't know. I need a list. You know what I need is I need to find a list that will show me all of the time walking toys. I want just those, and then I can check them against my collection and see, because they might not necessarily be for sale from this. We have mop time walking right now, I believe, but if they're available at all, then we should save up the stuff for them. So I have, let's see, for the toy box, because I know there's also a mount that I still need. I still need the Eclipse Dragonhawk, and then I have the other two mounts for now. There'll be a new one added, I think 815? 815 or 82? I know I have all the pets. For toys, Tossle Wrenches, we got that last time. We have Hourglass of Eternity. We still need the Will of Northrend. Okay, so that's one. That is a 1500 charm toy. The Mark of the Ash Tongue I have. I know I have Gerboggles. Grizzle Snout's Fang. Interesting. Necrolite Skull. Some of these aren't even showing up. I have most of them. And then I know I got the Yakwash. So I need to do it in like one or two characters. The question is, though, will I? Am I really gonna? Incursion? I already did it. Super on top of it. Done already, which is probably why the vlog didn't get edited on time. The vlog actually is edited. It was just like 2:59 when I finished editing it. So I decided to just wait on uploading it until after the stream is over, so that I have time to keep an eye on it in case something goes wrong. Yeah, no, I'm done that incursion. If you need somebody to heal your time walking, I'm your lady. Watched a lot of your videos. Welcome, Philip. Alright, so what are we doing? How many badges do I have, and how many badges do I need? My mage. It's 5,000 badges for a mount. Tell you what, I'll do one time walking on my mage, and then if I don't want to do it anymore, then we just won't. My backup plan for what to do in the stream is I have a Horde character who is level 111 who just needs... She just needs some more experience. She needs to be 120 for a whole variety of reasons. There's a lot of great reasons why I need to level that character, and I just have not been doing it, so I figure maybe if I do a little bit on stream, then it'll actually get done. Fish cam, yeah! So, Flutta, as you can see, is reclining on his filter. He's in the back left corner there. He's not dead, he just likes to sit. I found that he's been enjoying his sitting lately. But he'll perk up if he decides that he wants to go for a swim. Put that back down there. Alright, this is all fine, right? I can just take everything on the left side. Except for this one. I tried to take as many passive abilities as possible. It's just, you know, I'm level 112. Does it, how important is it? Okay, so I'm going to list for a time walking, which means that I'm going to be grabbing 1 healer, 1 tank, and 2 DPS. It is first come, first serve. The group is listed on North American servers, and it is Alliance side. Dungeons, start a group for... Isn't there I thought there was a time walking option. I could have sworn somebody said they put in a time walking option. Maybe not. Alright, well, whatever. It's in custom. The title is called Hi, I'm Hazel. And the... That's the end of my sentence. Love your videos, even more awesome in person. Oh, thanks, Sean. Show us your favorite places. Well, if I showed them, would they still be, like, what if, you know, are they still, you know, it's like people don't want people to move to the West Coast because then it'll be all full, right? Okay, wait, 1, 2, sorry, I was a little slow on that one. Third DPS and then a tank. We just need a tank. Item level doesn't matter, level doesn't matter, as long as you're over mop level, I believe. So, Rich, I think you are level 108. Yeah, you should be fine. We just need a tank. Instead of badges, I prefer to say badgers. But tea today, this is holiday tea. There's the tank. And it's actually my last bit of it. There we go, full grip. But I have some new tea that's on the way I'm quite excited about. Dungeon, time walking. Oh, I need to delist us, that's right. Chowsy. Chowsy. Thanks for the super chat. New to the streams, love them already. Keep it up. Why, thank you. Glad to have you here. We loved your appearance on the weekly reset. Thanks, Elaine. I've got a Horde character I'm trying to level 2. Oh, I thank you. You don't need to do that. I've already got one. I mean, you're welcome to give it to me, but be aware that I am just going to sell it for 2 or 3k. I can give that back to you, and you can sell it for 2 or 3k. I am set already. Level a Horde character. I'm probably going to level my Horde after this quest. Here to tell you that because of you, me and my guild had a great time through Battle of Bizarre Lore. Thanks for your videos. Keep them coming. I'm so glad they worked out for you. My guild also used my videos for the raid, which is it's pretty awkward to know that my guild in Discord is listening to. It's like when your teacher hands out your homework to the rest of the class. But I'm not mad because I made the videos, so I know what's in them, especially because I made them fairly recently. So whenever they were setting like a 5-minute break to let everybody watch the guide so that they'd have an idea of what to start with, I would just get up and take a walk. I got like a bunch of extra breaks in our first week because of that. Although you very quickly run out of things that you can do in your home within 5 minutes. Like I would get up and I'd walk over in the living room and I'd like pet the cat, and then I would like fold the blanket that lays in the back of the couch. I did that like at least twice a night. Just refold that couch blanket. You know, go do some dishes, see if there's any laundry. It's not really any laundry. There's only so many things you can do in 4 minutes. Thanks for making the raid guide so cute and informative. I hope that the cuteness, if we can call it that, is helping them be memorable as well, because if they're just extra for the sake of being extra, that might start to annoy people. Haven't wanted to play on the Horde side since Darnassus. I could understand that. Most of the reasons why I need a Horde character are, what's the word, pragmatic? I don't know if that's the right word. I need access to some quests for battle pets for a video I'm working on, and also just because I also want the battle pets. Being able to just like access the Horde pet vendors will save me a lot of grief. I would also like to have one available just for arena if I can't find queues in Alliance side. That'll double my pugging pool, as it were. Would you consider doing your character autographed trading cards? What do you mean? I don't want to say no because I don't understand. Like, is that an in-game item that your character can like craft something and it has their name on it? Or is this like a merch thing? I don't understand. Thank you for the work you did in your raid guides. Great for telling the difference between modes. Question actually about that. Do you guys, was it just me, or did normal mode Jadefire Masters not have the first combo move, the living bombs inside of the smoke clouds? We didn't see that until heroic. It's supposed to be based on the dungeon journal, at least to this day. In the dungeon journal, that is listed for both the normal and the heroic modes. I'm gonna what's the word, time warp? Can I do that? Do I have that? Yeah, let's press that button. That's supposed to be on both modes. Like, there are other heroic upgrades that were heroic only also, but we didn't get the bombs on normal mode. It was odd. Our guild also watched every one of your videos. Thanks for the help. XP bar on top of screen. I mean, I can't put it on the bottom. I have other stuff on the bottom. These are my regular bars. And then this is my junk bar. It's like a junk drawer, but it's where you put your spells and stuff that you kind of want to have in a bar, but you don't really want to keybind them. I have like my pet summon, my teleport, my portals. I apparently have my selfie cam there, don't ask. My details toggle macro. It's my junk bar. How'd your guild do in Battle of Dazar Lore? I've never seen anybody call it VoD yet, which is interesting because that is the acronym. We did 7 of 9 normal and 1 of 9 heroic. Basically, we were steamrolling all the way through normal right up until Stormwall, where we got stormwalled. we got super duper blocked on Stormwall. We progressed on it for a while. We were making progress. We were consistently getting to the second phase, but we just weren't quite there yet with getting the ads back far enough and consistently enough, and our kelp pools were a little spread out. Like, we'd start out keeping them really tight and making them really easy to clean up, but then later in the fight, things got a little more hectic and out of control. So we stopped on that one and went to kill champion on heroic. And I'm glad we did, because that gave me the second piece of gear I got from the whole night. We killed 8 bosses, and I got 2 drops, one of which was barely in anything. It was like 5 item levels on a pair of bracers. It was like a side grade. And then off of, I wasn't mad though, because off of heroic champion, I got a main hand weapon that was item level 400. The stats aren't terribly good for me, but I don't care. I put it on. It's got big numbers, and I like big numbers. What do you think about Horde complaining about the free 400 item XD? I think you got a bias going into that one already. This goes back and forth. Nothing, I don't know. It's never been like perfectly evenly fair. Sometimes it's unfair for us, sometimes it's unfair for them, sometimes it's unfair for everybody. It's just like, we've seen this piece of news so many times that it's hard to be as invested in it every time, because it's one of those things that's going to matter for like a week, maybe for like 5% of the player base, and then after that it doesn't matter anymore again. So I'm a little bit over it already. Casual Raiders got 3 of 9 in 2 hours thanks to your guide. It's pretty good. We didn't see it. It was bugged. I raided it yesterday. It wasn't there. Raid today, and then it was there. Okay. I'm just glad that I guess I'm not glad that there are extra mechanics in normal, although it's not like it's a terribly tough mechanic, but I am glad that I wasn't mistaken about that one. I'm sure I was mistaken in some other things, but I enjoy that name. Your guild is all pandas? Jadefire on normal was disappointing. Jadefire on normal was, I think, it was a little disappointing, especially compared to heroic. After we killed champion, we spent probably half an hour trying to clear heroic Jadefire, and it was not happening. It was not happening. It's a big step up. Do you use any DPS meter? Which one would you recommend? I use details. I have in the past also used recount and SCADA. I just knocked over my water bottle. Don't worry about that. I've used details, recount, and SCADA. I prefer details, but honestly, they all kind of do the job. In my preference, I would rank them to details and then recount, details and then SCADA and then recount. I think SCADA was good for being lightweight, but it's been a while. I don't really remember. But they more or less all do the basic stuff. They probably differ when it comes to the fancier and more in-depth commands and like charts and stuff, but once I get to that point, I'm usually looking at Warcraft logs anyways, so it's not super crucial to me. When will you level a panda? I probably won't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never successfully leveled a panda to max level. Like, I've leveled a lot of alts to whatever expansion it was current max level, and there's only a couple of races that I never ever finished. Panda's one of them. Never max leveled a panda. Never max leveled a worgen. What else? I did max level a tauren. I did have a max level tauren back in Warlords. I think that's it. I think it's pandas and worgen. I think everything else, aside from the allied races, of course, that I haven't finished yet, I've had a level capped character. Not current level cap now, but at the time. Is time walking faster than island expedition leveling? No, 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 no. Probably not. I would be shocked if it was. It's just different. That's all. I'm not doing this really with the intent to level the character. I just like doing one time walking per time walking cycle to get that 500 badges from that quest, because that's like the most efficient badges per time invested, and I have very little patience for time walking, but I still want to get some of this stuff. When you use flurry procs, you can ice lance afterwards since the target is shattered. That's a good tip. Flurry, that one. All right, so after that one, we can do the other one. I've just been pressing stuff when it lights up, so that's probably good advice. Those who just understand the people who don't like PvP are not going to PvP no matter what bribe they offer. I don't think that that's entirely true, actually. I think that a lot of people that would normally and ordinarily never PvP actually would if they were bribed enough, because if you bribe them enough, then there will be other people that are in their same boat that are also PvPing. And I think not for everybody, but for a lot of people that don't PvP, they don't want to PvP against people that already PvP. If you can put them in a big arena with a bunch of other people that have also never PvP, they're going to have a better time. They might even have fun. Maybe. And if they're just there anyways to get the rewards, they're not super duper invested in winning or losing, then, and you don't have all of the expectations that are put on you by partners that have like 5 years more experience than you, there's a greater likelihood that they'll do fine. I'm sure there are still some people that will never ever PvP, ever, and that's totally fine. You don't have to. But I think more people than think could be bribed into it. Mr. Cooking stream the other day. Will you be posting it later on? I'm probably going to publish that one on the weekend, but I've been meaning to put a link in the Discord to the unlisted VoD just until then, if anybody really wants to see it early. Tips for gold making. I do a video with tips every patch, so I do have one for 8.1. They're not, you know, it's the normal stuff, though. There's nothing that's like super new and crazy this patch. Now, of course, that there is a new raid out, there is new BOEs, there is a new demand for raid consumables, so there's some gold to be made there. Hazel, you have a good hair day. Thank you. I disagree. I'm also having help. I'm very excited to be getting help next week. It's gonna be, we're gonna get some fresh color in it. I'll stop having like Chimera hair. Don't want the piece from VoD? Which piece? What piece from VoD? My main is a max level Worgen Hunter, still building up her gear. Badgers. Cooked us up a good stream. I hate PvP, but I did it to grind rep in Legion. I should probably do more damage to this boss. Let's see. Oh. I'm trying to remember what initially made me want a PvP, because definitely when I first started playing in Wrath, I had less than no interest in it at all. And I started just dabbling in it in Kata, and I can't remember why. Why on earth did I do that? Missed my PvP. Bribed into PvP by the new bonuses. I think I might have gotten bribed into PvP by vicious mounts. They're kind of cute. Only for the half dozen transmogs I wanted to have. I hate PvP. Hope time walking's going good. You know, we're killing the boss, so that's good. I think this one has a lot of health. Also, I wasn't necessarily doing all the damage in the world. I'm specifically not having details up because I know it's going to be embarrassing. Ooh, bracers. I love getting actual upgrades in time walking. Found a stylist. You'll enjoy the pampering. I am so looking forward to it. I really hope it goes well, because then I have like a person, because they're not like a bajillion miles from me. It's not like a day trip. And I can, you know, set up a recurring revolving appointment, hopefully, to like both get it touched up regularly, and then I could have other things with it. I'd have somebody that I trust in case I ever actually want to change how I do my hair. I don't know. Loved your appearance in the T&E vid. Collabs are so fun. I wish that the world wasn't quite so big, so that we could actually do like in-person collabs with like more YouTubers, but everybody is so far. Like nobody's in Oregon. I mean, there are some people in Oregon, I'm sure, but like I have a very, very limited online social circle, and not a lot of in-person collabs available. I'd say maybe at BlizzCon, but the problem with BlizzCon is that it's so busy for everybody that it's like impossible to actually get time to properly hang out with people. Myself included. Used to PvP a lot in vanilla, got to rank 11 back in the day. Nice. That's some old school cred. Game sound is off. That's true. I'm just wearing headphones for fun. There's actually nothing coming through them. There we go. Something like that. Is that coming through? Yeah. 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 It's not like we can really hear it anyways. I was thinking about... I had a thought. Hang on. Do I have to sneeze? Maybe. I think I'm good. I had a thought that I should make playlists out of the YouTube provided royalty-free music to play behind some streams. I don't know if I can stomach it in a gameplay stream, maybe, but for the baking streams or something, because I'm still really careful about what kind of sound I play with a YouTube stream, because I'm not trying to get my YouTube account banned here, but might be able to make it work. It would be real bad royalty-free music, though. Starting a second account to get some PvP rewards without PvPing. I'd like to get the elite gear set, but I'm terrible. Where can I go for help, such as getting a set? Oh, you mean like a carry? If it's just like a gold carry... I don't know how you find people for that, actually. They're not allowed to advertise. I think they're allowed to advertise and trade. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The elite set definitely would take a little bit of work, depending on how much of it you want. Like, if you can get to 1800, that gets you everything but the cloak, visually speaking. Yeah, I gotta get to 2100 if you want the cloak, but like, who cares about, you know, I guess some people care about cloaks, but they're not that important. Got old Season 2 PvP arena stuff. I wish I'd still had that. I'd have that transmog. Would you do a video on the Dark Star mount? The Dark Star mount? Like the Void Talon? Maybe. I'm starting to warm up to the idea of doing guides on things that are not new, because it's not like I'm doing the guides when the things are new. So there's no harm in, just for a project, like doing a guide on something that I just missed and never got, because chances are if I missed it, somebody else, you know, maybe most people got it when it's new, but maybe there's like 5 other people that, like me, also just never got around to it and aren't really sure what's involved. So maybe I can mix in some more guides for stuff like that. Not able to stay today. I hope your Katie's doing well. Good luck with time walking. Thanks, LaFera. Thanks for the stream. Love your guides. Why don't you stream on Twitch? Man, I need to record a very nice speech about that and then put it on a soundboard. I don't know. I like it here. I'm comfy. If YouTube breaks enough times in a row, I'll probably switch. Can you do a guide on DOS 3.1? I gotta finish the Visual Basics series first. +1 for the Void Talon with the Dark Star guide. Man. Do I have to actually have footage of me getting the Void Talon with the Dark Star? Am I gonna, like... I guess if I keep farming it, then I can just record if I find it so that I can use that footage in the guide, but goodness. Ideas like that are really dangerous because they give me the... I'm gonna save time warp for the next boss. They give me the idea that, oh, you know, I can just log in and check for this port to be up 5 times a day because I'm working. You know, this is part of my video schedule, so you know, this is totally fine. I can absolutely justify this. I don't have a pet up, do I? Where's my water? Oh no, he's over there. Or is that not mine? I don't know if that was mine. I have one now. Loved your cameo and telling us me Apato's video. Thanks, Jared. Prefer your Desire Lore guides. You like the graphics. They were necessary. I've lost my train of thought. Did I tell you guys what it took to get the fish cam working again? Basically, the reason it's the beta tank is because that's the only thing the cable can reach without the extension. I don't know why the extension is suddenly not working when it was working fine for ages. And it works, you know, anyways. But the camera does work just fine without the extension. So I have the webcam just plugged into the front of my computer, which means that the cable is running directly over at like it's like a tripwire. It's like a knee height tripwire, completely bisecting my office. It's a huge hazard. I really hope nothing lights on fire because I will absolutely forget about it and fall on my face while trying to get out of here. But it is up and we can see the fish, and that's important. I had this odd paranoia, which happens sometimes. Completely unfounded. Not a single person said this. But after I couldn't get the betta tank cam working last time, I thought, what if some people think that I'm making excuses because he died and I don't want to tell them? So I felt like I had to fix the camera and get it running for the stream so that I could prove that he didn't die. Nobody ever implied that. Not once. But like, he's fine. He's hanging out. He's having a sit. He has slowed down quite a bit. We're going to be celebrating his first adoptiversary in March. And it's hard to say how old he was when we got him. Probably not that old. I would hope to get another ear from him. Tough to say. Still trying to get my Palais transmog set from AQ40. Last piece I need is from Viscidus. Oh, that's rough. That's gross. That's easily the most annoying boss. Killed him so many times it has not dropped. Hazel makes a video. Yeah, just fly to a portal spawn and then, you know, just like try and get one that's up, you know? If you get a portal that's up, that's way better than a portal that's not up. So just do that. Just go find a portal, you know? Just get into it. Old content stuff would be nice. I'm newer to WoW. Need help. Glad you got the fish cam working. I want to try and get the, I need to try and get the extension cable working so that I can, because at this length, there's no way it would be a dog cam. I could get it to this aquarium or the one on the other side. The White Cloud Mountain Minnows. I'm disappointed the fish cam isn't a fish eye cam. Ah, I see. I could probably figure something out for that, maybe. I'm trying to work on... That's a strong word. I have in my head the idea to put on a list to think about one day, the idea to learn more about ways I can augment my OBS sources. So basically like adding effects to my cameras, or not even effects, just like color grading. Because when I record in this camera for the vlog, I can pop it into Premiere and edit it, and I can color grade it all day long until I'm happy with how it looks, which usually still looks awful, but I try. But the only way to really do that in OBS is you can add a filter, which is not really quite what I'm after, and you can add a LUT, and I don't have any LUTs. So I need to do some tutorials to learn how to make LUTs for OBS, because like this looks super washed out, and I know that, and I would like it to look better. There's no sense in having this much equipment and having it still look bad. Happy Friday, Hazel. Happy Friday, Stephanie. My guild is doing so well with normal Desire lore. We are 6 of 9, and I haven't even had time to write down the notes for Rastakhan and forward to know the fights. Rastakhan notes are going to take you a minute. If you page through the dungeon journal, you'll get an idea of how much is going on. That's a big fight with like a lot of stuff. It does not use a fisheye lens. No, that's just a regular old webcam. My GM asked us to watch them all. I'm so flattered. Hi, Hazel. Long time no see. Sup, Ted? How are you doing? Hey, Hazel. Any thoughts on the Q&A from yesterday? Oh, yeah. I went on a little bit of a rant in the vlog that I haven't uploaded yet. I'll give you the short version. It's nice that Kulturan and Zandalari will be in 815. It would have been nicer if we could have had them at launch, but, you know, I'll take what we can get. And, if Ian thinks that PvP vendors are too confusing and hard to find, then I don't know what on earth happened with BFA PvP gearing in general. It's the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my whole life. It's wild. It's unreal. I should probably do another video on it because that'll give me a good excuse to research and properly understand it. I was queuing a week or so ago and I got one of those coins. What are they called? Not Marks of Honor. The thing that you turn in 10 of to get the Battleborn sigil. And I was like, what on earth is this? And I asked my friends, they're like, it's garbage, don't worry about it. It's not better. I know that's not a new problem, but just the way that he spoke in the Q&A implied that they're happy with the system, and it's the silliest system I've ever seen. They fixed the bee flight animation. No more glitchy flying for him. Awesome. Who are you? I'm Hazel. Who are you? Scientini earlier in the week. The best moment I've seen from their skits. Oh, man. It was a fun thing. The guide, super helpful. Quartermaster's coin. Yeah, that's what it was. I have one of those. Whoop-de-doo. I'm 10% of the way to a sigil. Popping in to say I like the guides. Thank you. My first raid tier leading. I use your videos as my basis for learning the normal fights, and our guild full cleared our first night. Just wanted to say thank you, Hazel. Great content. Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better about it. Tips for new players. Ooh, that's a wide category. Also, thanks, guys. What do I always say? Know your resources. That's what I always say. Find out where you're gonna go when you want information on your class. Like, find out what the good class website or Discord is. Find out where you want to go to look up quest info, usually Wowhead, but you could find something else, I suppose. And just, like, get to know where you're gonna answer your questions, because you're gonna have a lot of questions. And if you know where to get your answers, you're, like, 90% ahead of a lot of new players. Like, doing your homework, which I know sounds ridiculous for a video game, but if like you do your research before you get too deep in something like a raid or a dungeon, it'll be like, the game's way more fun when you know what's going on, at least for me. The Q&A video is on YouTube, so go to the World of Warcraft official YouTube channel and then go to their most recent video. They did upload it. It has a gnarly dislike ratio. Zandalari trolls are going to be 815, and there is no official date for that yet, as far as I know. Okay, so I need to head to Pandaria. Turn that in. Don't trust trade chat. Oh, yeah. If you want to leave a chat channel, such as general or trade chat, because you don't want to look at it anymore, you can type /leave space, and then you can type the word general, you can type the word trade, you could type the word local defense if that one's bad. And that is usually the first thing I do when I make a character, is I just leave all the public chat channels. Oh, man. Gonna eat my sandwich. What kind of sandwich do you have? Hit 700 Vortex Pinnacles with no mount. Yeah, you're very unlucky. It is supposed to be 1 in 100. You are in the highest echelons of unlucky people for that. And I'm sorry, but when it finally drops for you, you know, that you just know that's going to be your new mount. That's going to be your favorite mount ever. How do you get them back if you need them? /join space trade or general, or you can also do the codes. So you can go /leave1 /join1 to same thing, but the number codes will change based on how many chat channels there are active, so that one's a little bit sketchy sometimes. Hail the Forsaken. So, I think that the next set of allied races, I think it's going to include some kind of Forsaken spin-off, and I really hope that whatever it is for the Alliance, because I really like Undead, and I would love to play an Undead in Alliance. You know, Anduin is sympathetic. He can make it happen. He can bring him in. Like, it could be Undead, anything, really. Undead version of any other race, as long as I can play them on Alliance. I love my ball. I'm awake for a Hazel stream. Hi from Australia. Hi, Sally. What time is it down there now? Why did I look at my calendar like that's going to tell me? My calendar does not have a world clock. Also, my tea is cold. There's still tea in here, but it's quite cold. I'm going to microwave it real quick. Oh, I'm not going to trip on my tripwire. That is much better. I'm excited about that. I'm not even there yet. How am I not there yet? This is a long flight. Oh, man. Okay, I want to take a question that you guys ask me all the time, and I want to flip it around. I want to know what your guys' favorite tea is. Microwave the tea. I only I'm not making tea in the microwave, but if I've already made tea and it's gotten cold, then I will reheat it in the microwave. And be warned, it does adjust the flavor somewhat. The flavor it changes to is one that I find quite comforting because I've had a lot of cups of microwave tea in times of need. But, yeah, I just reheat tea in the microwave. And I will continue doing so whether people think I'm wrong or not. So what do you guys like? Coffee? Don't drink tea. Coffee, coffee. Bigelow teas, peppermint, Long Island iced. Jasmine green. Bushels, Earl Grey cream, black tea, milk and honey. Chai tea, London fog. Rooibos. Earl Grey with milk and cream. Northern Japanese green tea. The mint verbena, Harney and Sons. Ginger tea and peppermint. Stop drinking coffee completely. Citrus and honey, yuzucha, citrus and honey marmalade you dissolve in water. I have not tried that, but it sounds delightful. Oh, man, I mean, how do you reheat a cup of tea if it got cold? You put it back on the stove? You get a pot out? Like, what do you do? I'm not I have a kettle to boil the water initially. My cat is so naughty. He keeps trying to chew on my headphone cord. Oh, no. We've been going through a phase of trying to train our cat to leave another thing alone. She has recently decided that her food is fine, but she would really prefer to eat the dog's food. And because they're both on auto feeders, it's a challenge to keep her away from it. So the thing that I've ended up doing is I have laid down tin foil underneath his feeder and like around it in a peripheral because she won't walk on it. Most cats refuse to step on tin foil. And you want to be careful with the edges, make sure there's no sharp edges flying around. But my first thought is you could like take some foil. It would be so annoying and really loud, but you could take some foil and wrap it around your headphone cable and just like tape it on there until your cat learns to leave it alone. It doesn't have to stay forever, just until your cat gets the idea. But that might work. It might also annoy you to death, because imagine having tinfoil on your headphone cable. Oh, just knocked my microphone. Okay, so that's that. I don't think I'm buying anything. I think I have all the toys that are from Mop Timewalking. It was just the yak wash and the puppy crate. We have both of those things. So we're all set. I want to level Horde. I have hour and a bit left, and I would like to level Horde. Don't care if it's hot and editable, I would drink it. Red oolong chai tea. Traditionally prepared chai with milk and not water. A laughing coyote. What's a laughing coyote tea? That sounds so exciting. I drink glacial water. Do you get it from the glacier? You just go like breathe on the glacier until it melts into a tiny little pool, like a crystal pool. And then that's your water bottle for the day. What am I doing? Long enough. Throw it away and make new tea? I would never. You're welcome to. Everyone's welcome to enjoy their beverages any way they want. I'm not here to judge. A good trial period for getting raid rank. I've been raiding since September 2018. I'm still only at trial. If it's been over a year and you're still a trial, like if they're still not giving you loot, I would say you're probably being taken advantage of at that point. And you should just talk with them and be like, if it, you know, either give me a spot or I'm going to find someone else that will. But if you are getting loot and they just haven't fixed your rank yet, that's less of a big deal, in my opinion. The Black Forest black tea from Stash. You're not supposed to microwave cold coffee either, and I do that too. There's a lot of things in the world that are frowned upon but don't hurt anybody in terms of food especially. And, you know, I'm not serving it to the queen. Okay, I've logged on to the... Oh no, I just poured it. Okay, so my Horde character, I will introduce you. I am wearing the wrong shirt for today, but it's not like I have any Horde gear because I would never. She is on Thrall. She's the only one on Thrall. She has no money. I don't know where it went. I don't have a bank hold or anything. She's a druid. I'm going to be leveling as Moonkin druid. Balanced druid, mostly because I don't know. I know how to put dots on things and then cast spells. It's pretty easy. Probably try that Laughing Coyote tea. Top end guilds might trial for a whole tier. Come to Horde. Just the one character, just the one. So she did the invasion this morning. There is another one up, but trouble with that is I haven't done any war campaigns to actually get access to those zones. I did, however, this morning get enough war resources that I can start the war campaign though. So I'll probably go start that up. I will read quest text and keep up with what's going on until I get bored of it. So we'll see how long that lasts. Boomkin is bestkin. Hazel is seeking balance. You have to seek balance when your default state is just falling right over. Not serving the queen. Oh man. Imagine if the queen just started doing house visits to like anybody, just randomly. Like she just decided, you know what, I want to take a road trip, and all along her road trip she just like knocks on doors, goes into houses, and is like, you know what, I could use a good cup of tea. What would you do? Oh man, you better have your good plate still. Nilsaurus, thanks for the super chat. Hazel is playing Horde. What happened? I'm just covering all my bases. Sometimes you need one character on the other faction for stuff. Mostly pets, but also a little PvP maybe. Why is there a fish tank on the right? I mean, I could move it on the left if it offends you on the right. It's that is my betta fish. His name is Fleta. He is, I wouldn't say a mascot, but he's a friend of the channel, and I like to share him with all of you guys. Sometimes that camera is a dog cam. Sometimes it's of different fish. Oh, sorry, I was gonna read. Sylvanas, missions, talk to Grana, sure, fine, yeah, whatever. I have some built-in biases against the Horde that I'm going to be, they might be wrenched out of me. Also some bitterness, because the Legion the allied races that came out in Legion, all of them, but specifically the Horde ones, because we were questing with them for the entire expansion. As an Alliance character, I rep grinded with the Nightborn and the High Mountain Tauren for the whole expansion. And I know that, hang on. Oh, sorry, I have to walk with her. I thought I had to talk with her too. I know Horde did the same thing on Argus with the Argusian version of Lightforged, but still, you know, having them like orchestrate attacks against us feels a little bit, I feel a little betrayed, just a little bit. I'm a little mad about it. Okay, send Arcanist Valtois on a mission. Is she gonna be the new, wait, what is this add-on that I've installed that I don't understand? Can I turn whatever that is off? It's not helping me. Champion? Was it Champion Commander? Yeah, I think it might have been. I'm sure it does good things, I just don't have the time to figure it out right now. Hello, fellow epic gamers. Hello. You know, I actually have never seen Love Actually. Give her coffee, I don't have any tea. She wants Poda? Poda. When you go to Boston party. Every person in the country would happily serve the queen tea. I mean, I would serve almost any elderly person that needed a cup of tea if I had the option to. You know, I have a lot of tea. It would be just cruel of me to be like, no, you can't have my tea, right? It's just the nice thing to do to a human being. Not saying anybody should go inviting themselves in, but... Okay, so we want to start in Drustvar because we want to go to Drustvar to do the invasion that's out there right now. So, we need to... Gallywix. Where does he like to hang out? Below decks? Is that it? Do I have to go underneath? Was he here? Maybe he wasn't. It's gonna take me a little while to find my way around because I've, to this day, only really done the Alliance stuff. Oh yeah, he was in here. Is this where I have to go every time I want to leave? Maybe not. Azurite's in the air. Yeah. What do you guys think the odds are that Magni has been accidentally giving Azurite to somebody that shouldn't have it, like a Shara or, I don't know, that band that keeps playing the Dark Moon Fair? Where is Eitrigg at? Make him taller? Alright, I'm targeting him. That's a good start. Let's put a marker on him. Oh, he's upstairs. Okay. Don't bother with Love Actually. It's, I mean, I might watch it one day just because of Alan Rickman, but it's quite an old movie, isn't it? Sylvanas is the best part of the Horde, though. Do you think there's anybody that thought that about Garrosh that is, like, to this day still really upset? Hoping the Nightborn will make the Horde a little more fab. The Blood Elves have been trying for years. Okay, so now we go. Now we go. I can talk to this person to leave because they're in the same spot on the boat. The Alliance one is. Do a tea review video? Streamer never wants to have war mode on ever. I would agree with that, but I'm kind of using that as an excuse because I wouldn't have it on anyways. But I can also give that as a reason. Let's see. Get the flight point while we're up here. Good. And we can turn in this first quest, but then I kind of want to strike off on my own and do the invasion real quick if we can. Maybe I should do this escort quest. Board Gallywix's Trike. Is this seriously how I'm getting into Drustvar on this thing? It has a leopard print seat. Also, Gallywix shrunk a lot. He was a bigger boy last time I saw him. I'm surprised that he can hang off of my bike light. I mean, I've got an orc on one side. Like this thing must be made out of. It's truly Azurite being used to its full and proper potential. Magni's healer 75%. It's mono-focused enough to give it to just about everyone except the cultists. He's just too, you're right, he's too focused on just the one thing. There's no way that he's not getting tricked. If the actual story is just, oh, I guess we fixed Azeroth because we worked real hard and we did all these world quests, we got all the Azurite back, so let's just push it back in. It's like somebody going and cleaning up all of the blood from a stabbing scene and being like, well, let's just put it back in. You know, just squish. Bad idea. My brother is still really upset about Garrosh. Oh no, my condolences. That's long, you don't have to do it for the invasion. The opening quest opens a flight point. Oh, okay. Well, I've already started. I feel like if I stop this one and go do the invasion now, I'm probably going to end up, I'm probably gonna not be able to find this one again. Kind of filtering your fish tanks, I'm not happy with mine. So the beta tank just has a sponge filter, but the bigger ones both have aqua clear hang on back filters on them, and I am really happy with those. They're pretty easy to clean. You can put whatever you want in them for filter media. So I don't use the carbon unless I'm trying to take medication out. I fill the extra spot with filter floss. And I really like those. I also use a pre-filter sponge with them. I bought like a big pack of little sponges that fit over the intake to give more surface area and also prevent any fish from getting sucked up into it. But the filters work really good. You're right, this does seem to be a long quest. Oh, I'm going this way. I just don't want to lose the trike. My Void Walker doesn't like this place. Once you go Horde, you can't go back. I mean, they're not really selling me. This is a sweet ride, but I can't say this is really my aesthetic. This isn't really everything I ever dreamed of doing. Once every 13 hours shows up. Might be a different rotation time. Oh, the invasions. The thing that I do is the Wowhead front page has like a Day in Azeroth thing. And they have an invasion timer, so they'll show you how long is left on the current one if there's one up. They'll show you how long until the next one. And then they show you the two coming up after that. So I just look at those times and then I make reminders in my phone. The question probably wasn't about this at all. I probably missed it. But I make reminders in my phone so that I get notified whenever there's an invasion up. And I can just go do it real quick. Because it takes me like 20 minutes if I'm paying attention. And 45 if I'm not. But they're pretty quick to do. For the service medals. I'm up to like 550. Which feels close, but it's not really close. I still need like a whole 200 more. What if we pump it into an old god by accident? I give it like 40% odds that that's exactly what we're doing. Are your fish tanks sponge-worthy? Sponge filters are great. You can add them to any system. And even if it didn't need it, you can just have the sponge filter in there. It's extra oxygenation. It's extra surface area for your bacteria just in case something goes wrong with the bacteria in your main filter. Like maybe you overclean it by accident. And then if you ever see a fish that you just like have to have, you have a cycled filter already ready to go if you got to set up another tank real quick. It's just a good thing to have on hand, or a bad thing to have on hand if you're vulnerable to impulse fish purchases, but whatever you do. 7 hours up, 19-hour wait. Very easy to keep track of. What toys did you get first when you started collecting for the mount? I actually made a video about this. There's a bunch of toys that are just on vendors for gold, and I have a video that I did, I think last year, that just like lists the locations of those vendors. And you can get started with like a whole bunch of them. It's not going to get you all the way to the achievement or anything, but it's you can fill in a lot of really easy ones that way. So definitely the vendor ones. Have you guys seen Cthulhu Island off of Stormwind? Is it new? Like when did they add that? I haven't been there. I kind of want to check it out now. I should be doing my AoE button. I play my Boomkin pretty much exactly like a Shadow Priest, so I'll put up my dots, maybe throw down a Starfall if there's a whole bunch of them, and then I just press the other buttons. You know, I try and use the lit up ones after I Star Surge. Oh, this is taking a very long time. This better be a big quest. There's a Siren's Moss here, though. That's good. Oh, Storm Song, not Stormwind. Oh, okay. It would have been quite something if they just, like, added an Old God Island next to Stormwind. Ask a silly question and Hazel has a serious answer. Oh! I just got what your silly question was about. I have seen that Seinfeld episode. That's an old reference. I don't know how many people are going to get that one. I've seen that one. You should put on speech bubbles. You're missing some decently funny dialogue. Oh. Are they talking? I didn't realize orcs were such amazing conversationalists. Speech bubbles. I probably turned those off, like, ages ago. Where do you even turn those on for? Let's see. It's in, I mean, it's all in my chat log. Not that I'm reading it, but I have an option to. So he wants... You're right, I shouldn't have started this. How long do I have on the invasion? How long? When is this going to time out of me? 2 hours. We got time. All right. Interface. I have no idea where it would be. Huh. I don't know. Turn it off somehow. Okay. Sad that collecting toys, mounts, pets, and transmogs is the real endgame these days. I mean, I think that mentality has been around ever since Wrath when they first added achievements. Maybe even earlier, but... I think that the endgame is whatever you want it to be. I think that they actually, one of the answers in the Q&A, Ian was talking about how WoW is a difficult game to work on because there's so many different audiences that play it in completely different ways with very different goals and conflicting needs, and you want to try and make all of them happy. And I think that's absolutely true as to what the end game is. That might be your end game, or it might not be your end game, but it's definitely not the only one. I'm old, I get sponge-worthy. It took me a minute. I had to go read it again. It's a mixture of the blood of Azeroth and an old god. Azerite is blue and orange. Blue is close to the color of Serenite. That's a good theory. I like that one. I don't know if I buy it, but I do like it. I would be excited for you if that one happened. Did they up the gear from Darkshore Bears? I have a new alt that just hit 120. I don't know. Did they? I didn't hear anything about it. I know they upped the item level of it, if that's what you're talking about. I think. The item level is up from the Darkshore quest. I don't know if it's up from the rares or not. You almost finished? Yeah. I have bad timing. I'll go back and do it after the invasion. The invasion shouldn't take too long. We have a whole hour left to stream. We can do all of it. Get in the trike. We'll find them again, right? I have you guys to help. We can't possibly go wrong. Stop riding by yourself. Where are you going? I'm going my own way. I'm following my heart. I'm living my truth or something. I hear people saying that. I don't really know what they mean. I got the 800 pet achievement today. Next goal 1000 grass dances. What do you guys think they're gonna add for a pet? Like, what's the next category of pet? Do you think they'll add ducks? I think the next expansion will have ducks. It's such an easy pick. They're so cute. Who doesn't like ducks? Like, find me someone that just thinks ducks are gross. Like, I bet you can find people that don't like ducks in person. There are valid reasons why owning ducks is annoying. And I'm sure somebody somewhere has, like, fought a duck and lost and was really embarrassed about it. But, you know, even if you've been beaten up by a duck before, they're still adorable. Interface, display, social. I thought we went through all that. Interface, social. Where? Toast windows? No, that's Blizzard messages. Where? Am I blind? Am I dumb? Chat bubbles. There it is. It's in chat. It's in display. That's right. Alright, we'll turn that on for now. What do we need to do? There's a rare over here that I probably just missed. I want ducks. Ducks are amazing. Plus. Would ducks be flying or aquatic type? I bet they would be. You could make arguments for either. I would put them in aquatic personally because we have a lot of flying pets, and they seem to have an easier time making flying pets than they do making aquatic pets. And typically, if ducks were spawning as a wild pet, you would probably see them spawning near water usually. I wonder if that's why they wouldn't do it, because if you're imagining a duck spawning, it's like floating on water, right? And that's the one place where you can't pet battle. So you would just need to, and there's ways around that. Like, you could just put them like crabs, you know, have them walking along the beach. Like ducks do on the beach. But you can find spots for ducks. You can include ducks. Not ducks, geese. Geese are evil. Geese just believe in themselves. Alright? They know what they want, and if what they want contradicts what you want, then you're about to have a good talk with that goose. I love geese, but that's because I haven't gotten on the wrong side of one. I'm well aware of what they can do if they're not happy with you. Ducks are cute, geese are scary. You know what's scary? Swans. Swans are scary. I would much rather fight a goose than a swan. Swans are, from what I heard, I've never fought one. I've never met one. Maybe they're really nice, but they're mean, I've heard. They're very pretty, but you don't want to make them mad. Okay. Ducks be both water and flying. They've never done dual pet types. There's lots of pets that you could make arguments for being both types. Frog comes to mind. A frog could be a critter or an aquatic. Pretty much all critter. Like, critter is not a type of animal. So any critter could be theoretically categorized as another type of pet. Almost. But they've never done dual pet types. It's something they probably could explore one day if they wanted to, but pets seem to have enough of a breadth to them that I don't know if they necessarily need to do double types. And it would be hard to balance with the same type of attack bonus that you get. Geese have attitude. Swans are aggressive. Agreement on swans versus geese. Flamingos. Now, I don't know what the personality of flamingos is like. I've only ever seen them in zoo and aquarium situations. Ducks fly like a demon hunter wannabe. Have you seen chickens fly? It's pretty cute. Like, they can kind of do it. And you can see them start to believe, and then they just, like, come right back down. They'll get going for a little bit, but then they stop. I have a canker sore, and I just made a smoothie. It's a spiritual experience. I hope that sorts out soon. Those are really, really annoying. I've been there. A full-grown swan can break a person's arm by hitting it with its wing. Ooh. They're big too, aren't they? Aren't they like pretty big birds? I feel like you've asked the horse-sized duck question before. Now, if you ask horse-sized swan or swan-sized horses, that's interesting, because the horse-sized swan will win. But swans are bigger than ducks, so swan-sized horses are starting to get kind of big. Okay, 2 more. And these both seem to give experience, so that's nice. We're actually already 112. Curious to see what they could do if they instituted breeding. For a second I thought you were curious about what kind of swans people could make if they were breeding swans. Oh, I don't want to go through there. Oh, I'm not Alliance, am I? I've made some mistakes. I'm so used to just wandering right on through there. I didn't think that was going to be a problem. Penguins with frost specks? Do you think they would add any more battle pet types? I don't think they need them, but they could add it if they were looking to shake things up. I would prefer breeding. I would prefer pet and mount breeding. I would be so darn excited if they added pet and mount breeding. Like, I want pets and mounts that are only obtainable from breeding other pets and mounts together in certain combinations. Only the queen is allowed to eat swans. Favorite class and race? I would have to say a gnome shadow priest. Especially together. That's the real metagame. Miniature horses are swan-sized. I preferred your typo where you said they were Sean-sized, because everybody just has to kind of stop and like wonder how big Sean is. That was pretty good. I was running the wrong area in Dalaran. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just waiting for my problems to fix themselves. I have to actually go run back to my body. I do that all the time, actually, when the Dressfar Invasion's up. Is it the Dressfar one? Maybe it's the Stormsong one. Yeah, it's the Stormsong one. When the Stormsong Invasion is up on Alliance, I do that one, and the end quest for that is a bombing run. So I'll get onto the Griffin to go bomb the Horde camp. And I'll just, like, forget that I'm supposed to be on a bombing run, and I assume I'm just in a flight path, so I'm just, like, hands off the keyboard, sitting back in my chair, you know, like, checking something on YouTube or talking with people. And then, like, 10 minutes later, I realize I've been just doing laps, and I haven't bombed anything, and I'm like, oh. Whoops. My bad. Autocorrect fail. Fly over the wrong wall all the time. I wish I had just gotten ported out of there instead of brutally murdered. How am I supposed to get over there? Like, there's mountains and stuff. They've built a good fortress here. They've done a good job with where to put their towers and stuff. Do I have to go all the way around the North Mountain and then get it from the other side? A toy that shrinks you down and lets you ride your pets? Oh. Would you be able to ride them as fast as a regular mount, or just like a cute... I think it would be, as a toy, it would make more sense as just like a cute thing that you can ride your pets. Well, it would take a lot of animation, wouldn't it? Is there a way to get around here? No. I'm gonna try and get around to the north because I don't know how else to do it. I got the alarm dog, but I don't want to go back in the dungeon. It's so long. I am done with it now. Like, if it helps you at all, it feels great when you're done, because it is very long. I think that 12 fights is too many. I think that you should make them tougher, but make fewer of them. They had a lot of filler fights in Nomer that weren't hard at all, but were just like long and annoying, especially with the long and annoying backline pet, that one mechanical tank thing that had like all the health ever. I feel like it just kind of dragged on quite a bit, but it's less of an impactful mistake for them to tune something like that, oddly, because it's, you know, it's just a pet dungeon. You do it for exactly 6 weeks and then you're done basically forever. So if they do a weird job with it, people are only really feeling that pain for 6 weeks. That would be a nice toy. I'd use the pygmy cow. I think their problem would be making you look like you're actually mounted on a bunch of models that are not designed to be mounts. And if they did fix them up and they did design them all to be mounts, then you would have a bunch of people being like, well, why can't I have the actual mount? And I guess maybe they could start adding them, but you would probably get some weird clipping going on. There's a quest. Talk to the guy over by the tree. Oh, well, I'll have to go back then. Do I want to approach it from the south side, or can I get there from the north side? Collier Pax, thanks for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I appreciate having you here and appreciate the support. Hunters should be able to ride their pets. Absolutely. Absolutely. How cool would that be? At the very least, let them ride Hati, you know? If we're gonna get Hati back, then, you know, make a Hati mount for hunters so that they can ride Hati in. Haven't caught a stream in a while. Architecture's a demanding course, but I love it. That's cool. You guys are all doing such cool stuff. I want a slime mount. For some reason, I'm actually a little surprised that there isn't already a slime mount. I kind of assumed there just would be. You know, we have so many slime pets, and I don't think anybody's been asking for them. They just keep coming. You can't stop the slime. It just happens. Squirrel Squad. I want to tame the giant pig rare in Drustvar. Hati return confirmed? Are you asking, or are you... It has, like, that is a thing on the PTR, as far as I know. I'm probably misunderstanding. Why are there no ducks in the game at all? Maybe there's a conspiracy. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there used to be ducks in Azeroth, and something happened. Who do you think got them? Who do you, like, of all the characters in WoW right now, who do you think is responsible for why there are no ducks? Like, I'm imagining Sylvanas just being, like, out one day and having a duck, like, look at her funny, or, like, tear her cloak, and her just being like, you know what? Ducks are done. But then we would have undead ducks, you know? You know that if she killed all the ducks in Azeroth, she would raise them up as undead skeleducks to attack her enemies. She would not give up that opportunity, so it can't have been her. Most popular anime shows last season is about a friendly slime. I'd like to see a big pink bunny mount. I would like to see any bunny mount. Pink would be something, but, you know, any kind of a bunny. That's got to be on the list for one day. That's like such an easy thing they can... I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's one of those things that is guaranteed to have a good response from a big chunk of the community. Not everybody, but if it's available in-game and you add bunny mounts, people will want them. There's like a vault of like goodwill buttons that they could press in emergencies. You know, bringing back the Lich King is another one. Everyone loves the Lich King. Ashara was responsible for the ducks. She clearly favors seagulls. You might be onto something there. Anti-duck conspiracy. Masters of the Void. The Tortolans got them all. That's also plausible. You know, they've been around for a while, and you get the impression that they've seen some stuff. Okay, so hang on. Doorbell. Be right back. I've been jinxing myself by remembering to step over my tripwire, and one of these days I'm going to forget. Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of stealth. Well, can I get there from the north? You'd think you would be able to. You can approach from the north as well. There's a few different guys that will stealth you. Okay, so I just gotta find one of the guys. I just gotta Find a Shadow Hunter Scout. I'm just gonna stealth all the way in, even though I probably don't need to, because I am nervous and very scared. You'd like the Tortolans as an allied race? That would be neat. I think that's pretty low on the list of things that they would do. Maybe. My impression of a lot of allied races is that they're aiming more for... Oh, I'm sorry. Man, I'm so used to having, can you just re-stealth me even though I'm currently being punched? He can! Well, that's nice. This is kind of neat, actually, because when I'm doing this quest as Alliance, there's just 80 of us, all with the big discovery rings, just, like, camping out around the area, killing the Horde spies. And now I am a Horde spy, although thankfully I don't have to deal with the other thing. I need to get that guy, which I can do from a distance because I am arranged. Alright, so that's that done. Where do we go? Okay, so we need to go all the way back up there. I'm gonna just run myself out of here. Okay, that I had to make sure that that was in fact the right quest for, oh no. Never mind. Winter's Kiss, not worth it. I'm leaving. I had to make sure that's the right quest and I'm not just doing another Gallywix thing. I'm so used to, as a druid, being able to shadow meld. I'm considering either, probably not race changing my Night Elf druid to Kultiran, but maybe I make a Cult. I should probably stop planning ults when I don't finish them, but I could make a Kultiran druid alt as like a PvP alt, because you always need more PvP alts if you're gonna PvP, you know? There's always a different rating that you can keep them at. And, because their racials look pretty good. Raid time, good luck, have a wonderful evening, good luck with your raid. I wish we had, like, just this week, and I'm sure I will never wish this ever again, but just this week I wish we had more raid nights, because I feel like we could have made more progress with another night into it, but that's okay. We'll go fresh in next week and get some more gear out of normal. Oh, I got a mount today. Did I tell you guys? I didn't. I got, off of the Beast Rider Kama in Arathi. He dropped me his mount. I only need one more mount from Arathi, and it's the Mustang, the Stallion, the Horse. I need that one still, but I have the other three now, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'll still keep doing the Arathi stuff as long as it's giving me service medals. Did Tortolans exist before Hearthstone made cards with them? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it might have started with Hearthstone. No idea though. Alan, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for the guides. I've had some guildies watching your videos and other videos. They think yours are the easiest to understand. It takes a big strain off of me raid leading. Thank you. That's very generous of you. I'm so glad they're working for you guys. Yeah, no, that specific fish lives in a castle of his own. And, oh, I have to go show the Alliance the power of, pardon me, I have to go show the Alliance the power of the Trolls and the power of the Horde. I can't even with the written accent. It's upsetting. Oh, there be too many of them. It's so, I can't take them seriously. Also, I have 3 Tiki masks. What do these do? Shadow Slice, Oppressive Power, and Spirits of Madness. I don't have any idea, but I need to crush the Alliance army, so I'm just going to press all the buttons randomly and see. Oh, that feared them. Okay, well, this is kind of neat. As silly as this is, I do enjoy slapping people with a Tiki mask as I float around like some kind of a wizard into that. Could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone if you continued the Gallywix quest. Possibly true. I'll go back and pick it back up after this. Did Warcraft 3 have the turtle guys? I thought the Warcraft 3 was where they introduced Pandaren. Because that was the big talking point that was parroted around a whole bunch when people were like, pandas aren't in WoW, and people went, well, they were in Warcraft, and then people went, but it was an April Fool's joke, it was a meme, and, you know, I think we've finally gotten over pandas. It would take people a while people might be more accepting of a Tortolan race these days. I feel like we've really chilled out on what can be a race, because a lot of things can. We have so many of them now. Just hit buttons. It's good advice. I don't know how Tortellans started, but I do know a lot of alcohol was involved. I love their voice acting. I love their voice acting. It's so perfect. They're very believable as a people. They have this, like, Tortollan-wide arrogance that you completely believe and also kind of respect because it comes from them being so old. That's, like, their identity is we've been around and we've seen all this before. And I buy it, you know? Makes sense. You cannot die as a triple tiki thingy. I mean, I've got my tikis to, like, less than half health. But I could probably... I could probably make them die. Maybe not. Maybe you're immune. Maybe you're invulnerable. Okay, and now we need to get one more guy. 3, then 2 right after so they don't run far, and then finish them off with 1. This is why I think Shadow Hunters could be a thing. You're a wizard, Hazel. Man, I'm still waiting for my Hogwarts letter, and I'm starting to think that it's not gonna come. It might be too late for me. You can't die? Okay, is it over here? Should spawn. Female Tortollan sounds like Blinky Bill's mother. I don't know what that is. Are we good? Did we do it? Man, I still have 20 minutes left from the last invasion I did. Okay, so that one probably turns in back in Zandalar, yeah. It looks like it. Okay, so I can go quest for another 20 minutes and then turn it in and get another hour of the buff. I'd hate to be a janitor at Hogwarts. Especially after the Pottermore tweet update that Rowling mentioned about wizards just vanishing their droppings. Oh man. Main city is the turn-in. Was an old Australian TV show. It's at the ship. How do you guys get around the Dazarlor as Horde? Like, do you just take the flight path a whole bunch, or do you guys just, like, parachute off of the pyramid? Because there's half the stuff, it seems like, is up top, and the other half is all the way down, you know, through the whole city, and on the other end of a dock. I can't go through this way. I should stop trying. Can I whistle? No, I have not unlocked the flight whistle. Can I stealth? Can I stealth through Aram's stand? This will be the question. And we will find out. There is no point in wondering if you are not willing to try it for the greater good. Colin, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for all the content, positive vibes to you, and the fishes, of course. Thank you. You guys will be happy to hear the minnows are doing real good. They're pretty happy in the 10 gallon. They've been completely better and recovered from their symptoms they were showing that made me move them in there in the first place. They all look very healthy. And, oh, no. Alright, Tiger Dash. Oh, darn it. Well, you know, that's okay, because I'm gonna res on this side, and then we'll, res on the outside of that. I hope I don't end up corpse walking. I bet I can... If I, like, res and immediately stealth, I might have a chance. Flight path, but you can get a mission to get yourself a table up in the main area. But you still can't, you still have to go to the boat if you want to go to, Coltiris, right? I curse my ally tunes every time I'm in Borealis. I love Borealis. It is my favorite city in the whole game by far. It's so pretty. It's so neat and cleanly organized for the things that you actually need in the one spot. And then you can leave that spot and there's all sorts of other cool stuff going on. I love the whole uptown area. It's gorgeous. It's got so many cool places to just sit and think about stuff. Don't do it. Oh no. Goblin gliders. Now you can port using the ring. Oh, the 4-minute hearth cooldown. Oh, that's a good idea. That would help. Might not want to stealth through with the incursion going on. I made it pretty far. You know, we got a good distance. We might be able to make it from here. We got to be careful of those guys. So we're gonna res like. All right, we want to do it while the guards are still aggroed from that guy. So we res right here, immediately stealth, and stay clear of that circle, and stay clear of that one. And I think we're clear. I think we're clear. I'm still gonna stealth a little farther. I want to get back down to the forest, so I might need to go jump. There should be a path down over here. Have fun in the story, Hazel. See you later, Nilsars. High Mountain is the best. So pretty. Oh, they have totems. Paku gets a pyramid. South of the Dockspine Inn. Then the teleport to the north part of the pyramid as a mage. Okay. Sit and thinking places are the best in WoW. I really like the nice quiet ones. You know, when you're like right by the inn or like in a really busy spot in Dalaran, there's just so much going on that it's hard to... Am I gonna be okay? No. I was a cat. Cats take less falling damage. This is expensive. Being Horde is hard. I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no. Oh boy. Thanks for the stream. I have to go to bed for work in the morning. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Jason. The city was designed as a raid first. You think so? Maybe. I think just the fact that it was a pyramid, I think, made things kind of difficult. Because obviously it's really cool to put the cool stuff in the top of and at the top of and inside the pyramid. It actually gives me very big marine vibes if you have read the later A Song of Ice and Fire books. The pyramid that Daenerys lives in for a while, and the pyramids that like the Great Masters hole up in once they go into hiding, all reminds me very much of Dazar lore. It's kind of neat. But not so good for navigation. It's plus Borellis just looks like a little less humid, you know? It looks like some fresh sea breeze. I guess maybe your hair would get kind of frizzy with the sea spray, but it's just a little cooler, a little bit of a better temperature. Okay, so we're gonna res here. And is that my tricycle? Look at that landing spot. Can't argue with that. Nailed it. Alright, come on guys. Get on the trike. We're heading up north and we're gonna try not to run through Aram Stand this time. Thanks for the stream. See you later, Alice. Boomkin Flap. Am I spec'd into that? Do I have to spec into that? Oh no, it's right there. Look at that. You descend. Oh. Huh. I'll just put that up there. It'll be a real big button, so I can just press that in a panic. Because I'll never remember my, my keybinds. Famous last words, Tiger Dash. Maybe I should be spec'd into, Wild Charge. That might be faster. That's why I love fishing in this game. Peaceful Break. I do like that the island expedition tables are right by water for both factions, so that while you keep for an island expedition, while you're waiting in the inexplicable queue, because it's just trying to find any 3 people, but while you're waiting in the queue, you can fish. Get a couple of fish each time. That's not so bad. It's pretty good. Aquarium is a nice touch. That's our boy Fled. That aquarium has been, like, it's been doing well. The levels on it are really good, so the water stays really clean. We got a good routine. The algae doesn't get too bad. I clean it every week, but it doesn't get too bad. But those plants, man, they're like a nice color. They're nice and bright and green. They're healthy. They're all Java ferns. There's like a little bit of Java moss mixed in, but it's mostly Java fern. But they never get any taller than that. I've had them for months now, and that is the height that they get. And nothing seems to make them any taller. And I think that if I wanted them to be taller, I would both need to add a fertilizer that includes nitrogen, and I would need to increase the light in the tank, and I don't think I'm willing to do those things for the fish. I think that anything brighter would be stressful for him, so I don't really want to bother. Do I have to? I want to get the ore. Hang on. Wait up, buddy. I got stuff to mine too. Oh, there's more. It's just Winter's Kiss. I'm sure we're just heading up to that point in the map anyways. They need the Tauren to help build a lift. You know what you need is a zip line. Someone needs to put a zip line from the top of the pyramid right down to the docks. That would solve everything. Don't like any BFA area except Stormsong Valley. Stormsong was my initial favorite, but it kind of dropped off. Not because I don't like it, but because I got excited about Tiergard Sound. Like, Drustvar was cool in a creepy way, but I don't really like being there because it's spooky and it looks cold. But Tiergard Sound. Love that place. It just feels very real. It feels so real to me. Okay, use some devices, build an outpost. Oh, I could go with an outpost. Oh, hello. Would you like to come say hi to everybody? Hi. This is my cat. If you've never met her, her name is Kat. That's not really true. Her name is Kira, but she's just, you know. Who actually says their cat's name? I mean, some people must, but we just call her Kat. Am I doing this right? Focus the laser on anything to embiggen it. Why are they so enlittled? Oh, there we go. What a weird quest. Can you imagine if this worked in real life? I could just make tiny houses and then I could use a laser on it and then I would just have a big house. That would be great. Oh, there's a rat now. Oh no. Use gliders. I want the PvP map, but I never PvP. How should I start? I would start with get yourself set up in skirmishes. Like, make sure you're comfortable with your UI. You know where all your buttons are. You know what all your buttons do. And then pug, look for groups that are specifying no raiding, chill groups, mount farm groups, that kind of thing. Because you'll get people that are kind of the same boat as you that just want to practice and just sort of grind out games. You will need a little bit of rating, so you will need to get above 1400. And the best way to do that is just to practice. Maybe find a stream of a player of the class that you're trying to be, if you can, and watch the kind of things that they do and like listen to the kind of things that they're watching for. And having a couple PvP add-ons doesn't hurt. I would say Gladius and OmniCC. Sorry, not OmniCC, Omnibar. OmniCC works too, but Omnibar. Gladius and Omnibar are my two go-to PvP add-ons. Are we done yet? There we go. Little is easier to pack. Mine's name is Dinky, and I only call her that when she's in trouble. Most of the time she's baby. Yeah. It's not my fault that she's just so nice. She gets nice names. Oh. We're not terribly environmentally conscious over here. Okay. Got a new follower. Who is the really good Horde follower? So, like, on Alliance, we have... what's his face? The Void Elf. His name is escaping me right now. He's a Void Elf. Umbric. Magister Umbric, is that his name? Something like that. He's amazing. He's, like, really good. He, like, almost any mission he can go into, and he also reduces their duration by half. He's got, for whatever reason, just abilities that work. Who's, like, the one super OP Horde follower? Rexar? Hi, Hazel from Japan. Hello. How are you doing? Taking her cameo very seriously. Lillian Voss, Rexar. Only after you get them all. I feel like I'm probably still missing an Alliance follower. I haven't really been paying attention to that whole side of things. I actually still need to, oh, I need to go back now. We're done here. What's it called? Do the Alliance war campaign that was added in 8.1 on my priest. I just never finished it. I just never did that. Everybody was really upset about us fighting Grong in Battle of Dazar Lore, and I'm like, who's this guy? Why do I know him? Missed it. It's one of the few times I've seen you play a Horde. It had to happen eventually. We're like 112 and a half. The leveling's not going too bad, actually. Obviously, I have full rested, and as soon as I run out of rested, I will probably just rest again, you know? I'm not in a huge hurry to have it done, but it would be nice. I heard that you can increase your followers to legendary. After I heard that, I went and checked to see if I was close at all on any of my characters, and it turns out I was not. I was not very close. Okay, so we're heading back home, apparently in this tiny boat. Hi Hazel, how are you today? Hey Clarence, I'm doing real good. I'm having a pretty good day. I got a cat in my lap. It's Friday. I am planning on having a little bit of a weekend. Take some time off, sleep in a little bit. I still have one thing I want to work on and get ready for the next week, but it shouldn't be too long. Okay. So we refreshed our buff, which was probably a mistake, but that's okay. And did our first war campaign. I don't know which one I need, so I'll take the one that's bigger item level bump. It's just leveling Azurite gear, so it doesn't really matter. And I unlocked the first Zandalar breadcrumbs. But I didn't, I haven't actually gone to any of them yet. Movement speed. Okay. So, of these things... oh no, I need to send an admission before I go too far. So we've got that, and then Nessing Wary. Is there one I should do first? Is there like a really good one? I was kind of planning on just doing them in order of, like, distance, like which one I get to first. Alright, can we do the mission yet? Oh, I already sent it out. Oops. They all get an extra follower slot except the gnome. She gets a mission time reduction buff. Interesting. You mean like a follower equipment slot? Because I haven't put any equipment on any of my followers yet. Should I be doing that? It's like expensive. Is it worth it? I guess I do send out missions now. I've been doing the ones for 7th Legion rep. I actually heard recently that some people in 8.1 are rep grinding just for gold. They're like gold farming by rep grinding because you get like 4k gold per Paragon cache. So if you can just like grind out a ton of those, it's not the worst gold you've ever seen in your life. It's not great, you know, it could be a lot better. But, and you're also getting other things while you're doing that. I sold some stuff I picked up, which is nice. The Azurite trait numbers are from an add-on called Azurite Power Weights, which will give an Azurite gear a score. You can see what your current score is, you can see what the maximum is. You can also import scales, and you can find scales for these on bloodmallet.com. That's where I got like these from. The scales that I'm using for this are just the default one for Balancer. I'm assuming those are good enough to at least get me through leveling. So I haven't gone and looked up any custom scales for this character just yet. Potapettins in Voldoon, part of a quest chain. I don't want to actually do any of those quests yet because I'm holding on to that for a video. There's a 5% item from the 7th Legion Quartermaster. Okay, there's a cheap item you can get from the vendor. I wanted to look into that then. Hang on, I want to go check that out real quick. My gnome couldn't be a goblin because she's a monk. Very sad. What did he get turned into instead? I'm not sold that goblin was the best thing to be. I have not been remembering to use my rocket jump. I had it keybound the whole time I was fighting Stormwall because I figured this is going to be great. I can like get way to the back to drop my ad. It's going to be amazing. And I just forgot every single time. You never remember to use a racial that you don't normally have. Never. See you later, Chad. Yeah, the profession crafted items are expensive though. They use like a lot of mats. It's like 2k. Man, I just like sent a bunch of gold to my bank account. I'm poor on my main character now. I'd have to send it back. You can only have one of the champion items, so choose which one gets it carefully. Following since I found your channel for pet battles in Pandaria? That's a long time. That's pretty much when I started, honestly. Those were the first videos I ever did. An OG. Hi there, Hazel. Have I missed much? Nothing too crazy. We did an invasion on our Horde character. Did a little Horde leveling. Did a time-walking dungeon. What do we got over here? Did I send myself any mail? No. Okay, so I just want to investigate if there is any good gear I can give my followers. Anything worth that's like not super crazy expensive. Oh, you can't make that jump if you're not mounted. I didn't want to do it on my on my shredder map for some reason. No monk becomes a blood elf monk. Yeah, it's not that much better. Okay, so my people, here are my people. They have all empty equipment slots, crafted or purchased from the auction house. My enchanting, which only recently reached level 50 because there's no real point in leveling it. Like I just buy enchants or get them for my guild. Follower equipment sometimes brings back dust. Yeah, I guess so. Don't even have that many explosives. Like 32k on my server for a piece of equipment. You know how long it's gonna take to recoup 32k? There's gotta be something to go on there. You can only use that on one character, is that right? I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna Google it real quick. Monolite whetstone. Each follower can use the 5%? You just can't put 2 of them on one troop. Oh, okay. Oh, well that's fine then. So I should get one of those for everybody. Assuming that there's nothing else I can do. If they're not bound, you can build them to alts. Definitely not running running missions in alts, probably. Okay. Lag? Ooh. Hopefully that works out. I won't do anything too exciting until it's better. Yeah, I do probably 1 mission a day. But this is just, I have lots of order resources, so I'm just not gonna buy, like any of the super expensive, use on, the crafted ones. I will just kind of hang out and wait. Let's buy another one. And then close the trade window and then use it. And then do next guy. I mean, I may as well. 5% is 5%. A lot of my missions that I send out at 190 because I just can't quite get them to 200. So it'd be better. So she has an extra spot, but oh, I see. So she already has her 2 equipment slots, but she'll get reduced duration if she gets to legendary. I gotcha. Yeah, none of them are very close. Most of them are like a third of the way there. Umbric is like halfway because I send him on everything because he's really good at his job. He's just too good. Well, I'm glad this is cheap at least. I never would have thought to do this otherwise. And then one more. It's a good amount of war resources, but there's not a whole lot else to use them on anyways. And wait, I've confused myself. One more. Okay. I'm from West Coast Canada. Still don't know why you can't buy more than 1 at a time. Yeah, that was quite click heavy. That was a little input intensive. Do I want to run any of these? Azurite, whatever. I usually wait for 7th Legion rep or pet charms or gold. I'll do those ones. Okay, what do we got? 15 minutes. Umbric is pretty awesome. He's overpowered. He's just like, fits into everything. I don't know why. I do the gold missions for fun because I'm not using the resources for anything else. Yeah. It took me a while to get over the fact that they're such pathetic gold compared to the amounts of gold that we used to be able to get from missions. But I did kind of get over it. You know what I actually kind of want to do just a little bit is, 15 minutes isn't really enough time to get back into proper leveling, but we could do a couple of mount runs. So I might just try a little bit of Zul'Gurub just to see if maybe he wants to give up the Raptor today. It doesn't hurt to ask. There's a lot of things in life that I probably could have gotten a lot earlier if I just asked. So I'm just going to go up to Mr. Boss in there. I've already forgotten his name. Which boss even is it? The... We're gonna go talk to Mandakir. Is that it? Yeah. We're gonna go talk to Mandakir, and we're gonna ask him very nicely if he can help us out with an armored Versace Raptor. I like the mission table's not forced on you. Yeah, I guess so. Does it make it fun for you, though? It's just, it kind of feels like a relic of something they've tried and they just don't want to give up on because they spent a lot of time developing the tech for it. It feels like they're kind of sunk costing it a little bit, like they just don't want to move on because, you know, we already made it. There has to be some way to make it fun, but you can't make it too mandatory because then it's not fun anymore, but if it's not good, it's also not fun. So I don't know what they would need to do to the mission table to make it feel worthwhile. I really miss combat followers. Got the Raptor watching a stream last week, my first run. Congrats. Horizon Sweep, thanks for the super chat. Thank you. Rewards are good. I don't even know what we're going to farm after this thing. Something in Pandaria, probably. There's probably a real good Pandaria mount that I could farm. Not running a Friday? What kind of madness is this? I know. We've just missed so many Tuesdays, or like had short Tuesdays. We didn't do very many runs last week on Tuesday because I spent half of it doing the invasion, and then we didn't make it through that many runs. So could do a couple. It's just OBS and WoW. Nothing else is really doing anything it shouldn't be. Nothing's really capped. Looks like it's gotten better for now. I'm back to green. Back to green stream health. What's wrong with my line today? My line? What's my line? My internet? Had to refresh again? I may wrap it up early if it continues to be problematic. There's no sense in keeping it up if it's just gonna lag out on us. Ran Stratholm after you recommended it last stream and got the mount. Any more recommendations? Ooh. This dungeon's pretty good because there are 2 mounts that can come from this dungeon if you don't have either of them yet. You want to kill this boss, and then this boss over here, Kilnara, also drops a Panther mount. So you can do 1 dungeon. Once per day per character, because this one is heroic only. But if you have a bunch of alts, you can kind of wait them outside and do a round of them every day. And then get some shots of that. I just got the Slate Primordial Direhorn. Congrats, Steven. YouTube is having issues. Let's see. Yeah, if it does it again, then we can give up for another day. I was playing Overwatch, needed a grape. Needed a break. I don't know if you needed a grape. Guess it was fate. Glad to catch another stream. What's up, Kenny? Got the Panther in my first run. You guys are so lucky. She does not drop the Panther mount ever. Oh, you still working on that one, or have you given up? Have you just left it? Matt, have fun. See you later, Steven. Let's do one more run. Let's do one more. Take the hunter through. Still trying to get ashes. What are the cool mob raid mounts? Not the world boss mounts, because we can kind of run those whenever. But what are the good mob? Actually, you know what? Forget Zul'Gurub. I want to check for Siltide. You do it on purpose so you can sneak off to bed again? I'm not going to bed. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday. I'm not going to bed yet. Also, I have a little bit more work to finish up. What am I doing? I'm getting onto my my camp character that I've left in Talador to see if Siltide is up. Also to do a flyover of the portals, because as I understand it, Friday is when the Darkstar portals start spawning, right? Like they don't spawn for the beginning of the week, but they start spawning on Fridays through reset. Elegon? The dragon in Vault of Elegon? What's that from? Which raid is that? Also, I'm not in Talador anymore. Ugh. Did I ever get flight points so I could even get back out there? Also, apparently none of this sold. Oh well. Because we can port to Storm Shield, but we never did get a Garrison Hearthstone. We didn't do the quest or anything last time. Oh, Mogashan Vaults. Okay. Is that a pretty quick farm? How many leveled characters you have? I only have 2 characters that are 120, but I have a whole variety. I have a pretty wide spread of characters that are between 110 and 120, I would say. So there should be flight over here. Maybe not. Up top. And hopefully I unlock... Yeah, okay. Oh no, we always have the flight points, that's right. So we can start... Head over there and then do a little lap and see if we can find Siltide. Not bad getting to Elegon. Do you guys think I can do it on my 110s, or will I need to level them to 120 first? The Dark Star portal. So basically, as far as I understand it, there is a random and rare spawning portal that can spawn across Draenor. So these are the spawn points. There are some in different zones. There's a bunch of spawn points around Sakathar's Rise over there. These are the ones in Talador, and they will not appear for like 72 hours after a server reset for some reason. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they do not spawn, but they start spawning on Fridays, is my understanding of it. Probably a certain time on Fridays. And if you find the portal, you can click it, it queues you for a scenario, and then inside of that scenario, there is a mob that you can kill that drops a Void Talon of the Dark Star mount. And that one looks like that. It drops that mount there. So that's the short version as I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am trying to do it, so it'd be good if I had the right idea. Okay. Might be just saying that because I've run it 150 times. You can do it in 110, just takes a little longer. Farmed it at 110. Does your little siege tower fight correctly? Mine seems bugged. I have not ever tried to fight with my little siege tower. Ever since I adopted him, he has been retired. So I don't know. Nice job on the VoD guides. What add-on is marking the portals? Handy Notes is marking the portal locations for me. Mogashan is ghost cancel. You need to burst down the second one so it doesn't pin you down. That sounds like the kind of thing that I'm going to forget. Don't need to kill the mob. It's already dead. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's easy enough then. Sounds cool. From what I understand, the portal is pretty rare. It doesn't spawn very often, and then it doesn't stay up very long, and it's possible that only one person can use it. I'm still a little foggy on the details, but it should be a neat thing. I am looking for Siltide, who drops the Sapphire River Beast mount, who can spawn around here also. I did on this character set up, what do you call it? I did set up NPC scan, so I might be getting alerts, but they've been just triggering nonstop for every other rare. I tried to disable them for non-mount dropping rares, but I did not manage to do that. Maybe. So I've just been killing rares that are, I've just been killing every rare that's not the one that I need to hope that that will make it stop alerting me about it. Haven't gotten around to trying yours. I've heard that people camp this portal for ages. Ages and ages. Only one person can use it? Tough then. The only good thing is that from the sounds of it, it's big. I would hate to fly over it and miss it. And so we'll do a little loop over here. Make a target macro, spam it while flying. Can you target the portal though? I have a target macro for Siltide. Yeah. You guys are saying that the portal's like really tall, which would make it pretty easy to see. Yeah, no, the Void Talon would not be a flying mount. It would be a ground mount, which is a little silly because yes, it has wings, but it's just like the Fell Talon, I think it's called. Yeah, the Fell Talon, same thing. That's a mount meta one. And then there's also, what is the it's from Firelands, right? Like the orange version of it. The yeah, Flame Talon of Alis Resort is the orange one. And that one does not fly either, I don't think. Portals are objects, that's not targetable, yeah. Depressing to hear that portals don't spawn until Friday. Flame Talon of Alis Resort, yeah. Yeah, see, this just upsets me. Because it just alerts me for all of them. And that one, I don't even know where it is. So I haven't been able to find it, and it pops up every time I come through here. So Siltide looks like not at this point. I think I actually flew over these while I was flying into my flight path, but I'll check them anyways. This north one. I figured I would camp Siltide first, because of the Draenor mounts that I don't have yet, I figured this one is probably the least desirable because nobody really gets excited about river beasts. So I figured I would have less competition for this thing. So it looks like no dice up here. Can head up and check those top two spots. Gotta figure out something for dinner. I think I have the stuff for stir fry. Oh yeah, Anzu has that model too. I forgot. I forgot that they existed before. I forgot that they existed before they made them on fire. I do have a Ravenlord. Back from the good old days of bonus caches dropping mounts. I got that from like healing an LFR. Maybe it wasn't even an LFR. I think it was in Cataclysm, and I healed a dungeon when the Call to Arms bonus was up, and my satchel had a Ravenlord in it. It was a great day. It was real good. I did a lot of them, mind you. Like, I got a lot of those satchels. It wasn't like the first one or anything, but it was kind of nice. Wish they still did that. I would actually, you know, have a tank and a healer ult and heal and tank randoms for Call to Arms satchels if they had anything good in them, but they've completely gutted them of anything fun. When the Draenor rares spawn, they showed something to the entire region, so you know. Oh, do they? Well, that's a little bit unnerving, because then what if somebody else gets there first? I might miss it. Okay, so portal spawn spot 1. Does not look like there's one up. It's gonna frighten me by telling me about a, Alright, Hakun is around somewhere. I have a target on him, I just don't see him on my minimap. Probably over here, yeah? Oh, there he is. Let's go kill him. I swear I've done this before, though. Well, I haven't collected the appearance of his sword, so maybe not. Just so that it stops alerting me about that, because something about the NPC scan alert. It's not as bad as the original sound was. I think there's different sounds that you can select from now, but it it's scary. It's a jump scare. Very exciting drums. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's too many. Let's see if it's over here. This one looks like it would spawn kind of on the hill. And I don't see it. You can select multiple sounds. I set mine to a sword clang. Is there a way that you know of to like veto or to whitelist rares that it will alert you for? Because I would like to turn it off for everything except for the one that I'm looking for would be great. If I could just whitelist from it. But I wasn't able to do that. My NPC scan is giving a subtle ping. I turned off the screen flash. I would love for it to clang all the bells and hammers in the world, assuming that the thing I wanted was up. I just don't want to know about all this other stuff. One more spot. Not looking like it. Well, we tried. How could this mount be one of your favorites? This one? What are you talking about? This is my Glory of the Wrath hero mount. I was very excited about this one. It was one of my first proto drakes. Isn't it cool? Also, I have a lot of mounts in my favorite section. Pretty much anything that's not just like a vendor mount recolor is in my favorites. You can totally disable the other stuff. You have to delete the cache in the add-on folder. I thought deleting the cache was what added things back to the alerts back in the day. But, I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. I'm done for the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next week on Tuesday for our Tuesday morning mount runs.